in the men's room at Rosie O'Grady's. I have a beer over there. And I'm pissing at the urinal, and this guy starts yelling Spanish behind me. El finito! And I was he talking to me? I was afraid to look over my shoulder. And it was a guy mopping, like a young Hispanic guy. I'd say 30s, maybe, whatever. But he was happy because he was done work. That's what he was saying. And I go, yeah. I said, I'm trying to think of, how do you say go home to your house? I'm like, vámonos su casa. And he starts laughing in my face. And this is why I got to love New York. That's not going to happen in too many places. L.A. maybe, Where else? Denver? But I'm just saying, I had a moment with a guy with a mop. I'm pissing. He's laughing in my face. But why he directed it at me? I'm the only one in there. But he couldn't. He was so happy that his workday was done. I can't blame him. But it was such a New York moment. And I brought that up because I'm reading the headlines in the papers today. And we'll get to the subway. This guy pushed an Asian guy in front of a subway a few years ago here in New York. A black Muslim ex-con pushed a 58-year-old Asian guy who was drunk and badgering him, supposedly. And the jury acquitted him of all charges. He's going to fucking walk like there were no other. I'll get to that in a minute. But then I read that. Then I read about a nurse they found in her apartment. I don't know if she was dead. Yeah, I think she was dead. Her legs were bound. And then I flipped the page over and, the girl on the subway, some guy's pissing in her face. She fell asleep. Some guy pissed. This is what New York is right now under de Blasio. So when I had that little moment with a Hispanic guy in the bathroom, I go, this is what I do love about New York. You know what I mean? That wouldn't happen in my hometown or Burlington, Vermont. I don't think. Well, maybe it would now. They're everywhere. No, I'm just saying. It was such a New York moment. But I'm reading the headlines to my wife, and she's almost in tears. Kid beat by some woman's boyfriend. 2-year-old kid beat almost to death. How about this one? Lady keeps getting she keeps getting late notices. Phone, people send the phone company saying she's not paying her bill and all these other. Turns out the mailman would throw her mail on her front stoop in Brooklyn. Rats were making a nest out of the mail. This is New York, folks. So you can laugh at us, and I don't blame you. Then people try to say that, well, there's museums here and there's culture. Yeah, there's no fun. Yeah, that's why we stay in New York, right, Lewis? We go to the museums and we. Oh, theater. Yeah, we're all at the. Who's the old broad? The theater's named after. Nobody knows. There's no culture in this building. What's her name? You don't remember? Oh, Jesus. I'm just saying the headlines, one after another, were more depressing. But then I have that moment in the bathroom with El Chico yelling El Finito, and he was happy about it, and I don't blame him. And those are the people that I love. That's okay. That's who Trump represents, the working class stiffs. Yeah, I know he's a billionaire and a white guy in a suit. That don't make him bad. Did I tell you Ari Shaffir's here later? 7 o'clock. Let's get right to the subway. Homeless man who fatally pushed a drunken dad into the path of a subway train in 2012 was acquitted yesterday by jurors who bought his self-defense claim. Naeem Davis, pictured below with the Muslim beard. He was acquitted. So my response when I read that was,
You're out of order! You're out of order! The whole trial is out of order! They're out of order!
Get rid of the goddamn jury system, please. Can you? I have a whole bit about it that I haven't put on an album yet. But can we get rid of the jury system? Because it's been tainted by people who can't be objective, whether it's because of race, religion, whatever, gender. We're too divided now. People can't be. I'm not even saying that was the case in this case, but I did read enough to find out that the foreman of the jury was a woman who teaches at NYU. Linguistic anthropology she teaches. You really think she could be objective when it comes to a minority on trial? I don't. Johnny Cochran would have been more objective than that broad. But anyways, this guy pushed this Asian guy who was drunk and badgering him. They banged shoulders going through the turnstiles. And I'm assuming, I'm just going to go on a win. It wasn't the little Asian guy who got maybe he was drunk, but this guy pushes him on the tracks and stands there and watches the train crush him, and then goes to work with no qualms about it. Matter of fact, they caught the picture. It was on the front post of the front page of the Post a few years ago. A jury of 7 women and 5 men deliberated for nearly 4 days before declaring Davis not guilty of second-degree murder, not guilty 2 counts of manslaughter, and 1 count of criminally negligent homicide. He was going to face life in prison if he was convicted. It testified that he had accidentally bumped into Han inside the station, which I don't believe. I believe he was being aggressive. Yeah, go ahead. Call me whatever you want. Before the intoxicated father threatened him and grabbed his shoulder. So, but my point being, so he ends up picking him up and throwing him on the tracks. The guy's like a foot taller than this Asian guy. Picks him up, throws him on the tracks, and then watches him get crushed. That was the only option there? Isn't that the question that everybody should consider? That was your only option, to throw him on the tracks as the train was coming? And that's why we got to get rid of the jury system, okay? Leave it up to retired judges. Because people, the average American's a fucking doofus, obviously. You have a team of lawyers. They all went to Ivy League schools. They have about 1,000 years of education amongst them. I wonder if they can confuse a working-class stiff who makes beds at the Red Roof Inn in his late 70s. You think they can convince him to see it their way? Get rid of it. It doesn't work for a myriad of reasons. Bring in retired judges, like 3 of them, right? I think that actually exists. There's like some cases. They pay judges who are retired to sit on there. Let them decide. This infuriated me to no end. 866-969-1969. So yeah, he was going to face life in prison. But his lawyer said he acted in self-defense when he pushed Mr. Hahn. Wasn't that the guy in... What's the movie?
I don't know.
With Sean Penn. Yeah, his teacher, Mr. Hahn. Oh, come on, man. Lewis, anybody?
Sean Penn.
Yes. Fucking you know what.
No, that's Mr. Hand. It's Fast Times.
I say, but I'm from Boston. We say hand like Han.
Aloha, Mr. Hand.
Yes. What movie?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes. Why did I not... Was that Fast Times?
Yes.
I always confuse that with, Bueller's Day Off.
No.
Yeah, Fast Times.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's what we did
Mr.
about
Hahn.
last week.
Anyways, Davis is saying this guy was in a situation brought on by the deranged, threatening man. This Asian guy was about 5'2". Jury forewoman Gretchen Feil, Pfeil. If you want to go to her Facebook and trash her, please do. Listen, she cried and embraced Davis as he walked out of the court. That's an NYU professor. And there is what's wrong with the world right there. A chick NYU professor, I'll repeat, embraced the guy who threw the Asian man on the tracks to his death because she has such white, stupid guilt. And she's teaching at NYU, which is all I need to hear. And, embraced Davis. She was crying as he walked out of the court with his few possessions, including a Koran, a prayer rug, and a backpack. Oh, God.
Problem.
Mrs.
You're the fucking
Feil.
problem. You fucking Dr. White.
This goes to you.
Spunk bubble.
Mrs.
I'm telling
Feil.
you, H. You keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground. I promise you.
Fucking,
Not this time.
That's right, Gretchen. 866-969-1969. Self-defense, my balls. That was his only option. He couldn't have knocked the guy out with a punch or dry gulched him. That's right, dry gulch, folks. This Boy's Life with Robert De Niro. If you haven't seen it, you're missing De Niro at his best. Dry gulch. You don't have to throw him on the tracks. The jury system doesn't work. I say Judge Judy. She should handle all of it from here on in. She's making enough money, by the way. Another juror who was asked to remain anonymous said, "We couldn't say that in Davis's mind he wasn't reasonable." So that means your definition of reasonable is throwing a guy to his death because he was badgering, being belligerent, and drunk. That's why this world needs to, that's why we're finished as a species. Anybody with me? Raise your hands up. We are doomed. Again, I'll quote the late, great Bill Hicks. We are a virus with shoes. Davis responded by pushing Hahn onto the tracks, which his lawyer argued was rational and an act of self-defense. May that lawyer die in his sleep tonight. May his family, may that house catch on fire. And actually have him survive, but be disfigured. How do you go to bed at night when you're a lawyer like that? Do you really think that lawyer believes that? It was a rational act of self-defense? Or does greenery come into mind? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Prosecutor said Davis had become angered by the intrusive, annoying stranger and acted out of rage, not fear, when he used both hands to propel the 5'3", 122 pounds. I've dated heavier chicks in high school. Out of pity, of course. I liked him around 97, 98 pounds. 5'3", 122. And this guy was over 6 foot. This is a witness describing. Hahn went flying back, flying through the air, said Witt, who compared the violent act to tossing a feeble old man in front of a train. Listen to this now. Here's where Davis coolly observed the gruesome scene, listening to Mr. Hahn's sternum and bones crack while watching the blood come out of his mouth, said the prosecutor, citing Davis's own statements. And then he went on his way. Do whatever he does. Unfriggin' believable. Let's go to Mike, Kansas, line 4. Mike, what's going on?
I'll tell you how we sleep at night, Nick. We sleep on 1,200 thread count, very comfortable sheets.
You son of a bitch. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah. Listen, I'm from the heartland.
Yes.
Everything that you say every day, I agree with.
Yep.
But I think you're way off on this one.
Why is that?
There's nothing scarier in our legal system than a jury, except the judge. And the reason those guys are sitting up there is because their peers can't stand working with them anymore. They want to retire, but they do it by living under that black robe. They get so lost in the law that they don't have a goddamn idea what's going on in the courtroom. And basically, they're just going to nod in agreement with whoever makes the most reasonable objection if nobody's looking at them.
Okay, but I'm talking. You know what? I don't think I specified. I didn't say retired. Did I say retired? I mean old. I'm saying 70 and up that are still alive. They haven't been tainted. They haven't been tainted. Judges. What's that? Go ahead.
Do away with the judges then and replace them with retired or still living World War II veterans.
All right.
That's a breath of fresh
no,
air.
You know what? That's way better. You're exact, Mike. That's a great solution.
But the story I read about this guy in New York City.
Yeah.
Do I believe that he had intent to hurt this guy? You bet your ass I do. But when you start
whoa. Who's going to hurt who? Who was going to hurt?
One of them. One guy was drunk, and the other one's got a chip on his shoulder because of Western culture, and they let women learn to read.
Okay, so that's the Muslim. The Asian guy's 5'3", 122 pounds.
Doesn't matter.
And this guy's it fucking matters. Sure, it does.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? He's an ex-con. The Muslim guy's an ex-con, and this guy was belligerent towards him. His only option was to throw this guy to his death. Bullshit.
But here's the facts, though. And listen, kill them both. Who gives a shit? I wish they both fell in the train.
Okay.
Less cases for me.
All right.
But the Muslim guy, he's being harassed by this guy. I bet they hit shoulders, talking this shit to each other.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me stop you right there, Mike. That's how I can tell you spent your whole life in Kansas, because I'll guarantee you the black guy, the Muslim guy, initiated that contact.
Oh, I guarantee it, because the only way I know that, though, is what I've seen on TV. I've never seen him in person.
Right.
So they get into a tussle.
Yeah.
And from what I read, from reading the case and following the case, The Muslim guy pushes him, doesn't pick him up, doesn't throw him. You're making him sound like he does.
I'm reading.
Throw and throws him on the train track.
I'm reading from what a guy said in court. One of the witnesses.
One witness's recollection was that the guy flew.
Yeah.
Well, the guy got pushed. He's drunk off his ass.
What's the
other witness
difference?
says that he rolls down onto the train track.
Now you sound like a lawyer. What is
problem here?
What's the difference if he threw him or he fucking pushed him to his death?
Because he's got the right to defend. If this guy's harassing him, he's trying to walk away, which the video shows.
Yeah.
Put yourself in that shoes. You got some guy who's harassing him. You push him. You got your adrenaline going. Maybe you push him a little harder than you meant to, but his drunk ass falls and rolls off the platform onto the tracks. The criminals are the people who stood there and watched him for a solid minute, unable to get up as the train came, including the journalist.
There you go. Blame everybody but the guy that committed the crime.
Hey, the guy that committed the crime, he wouldn't have been in that position had the guy not attacked him.
Hey, Mike,
kept pushing him.
Mike, let me just speak to a guy who took the subway. There's plenty. He had plenty of options. He could have tackled him, wrestled him to the ground. There was no reason to throw the guy on the tracks as the train was approaching.
Then you got to change the law because there's nothing in the law that says height, weight, or sex. If you feel
here we go.
That you need to defend yourself, then defend yourself.
Okay. All common sense out the window. Now we're going to parse words. All right. I got a break, Mike. But
don't lump me in with those Martians, Nick. I love your show.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. I love Kansas, man. They weigh in all the time. Different guys weigh in. Lois here with me. Good. Lois is looking at me through the glass going, I don't know. I think maybe the Asian guy started some shit he couldn't handle. But that's not the point. You can't tell me there weren't other options. And this guy, to be in the typical lawyer, well, he pushed him, he didn't pick him up and throw him. What is the fucking difference? You're losing your common sense, and you might have been right about the judges. I know there's a lot of guys. I'm taking my note from that movie. Was it Star Chamber? Do you guys remember the Michael Douglas? It was a movie about retired judges, and they would sit around and watch the news and read the news. And when some like pedophile got off on a technicality or some rapist or murderer got off, they would exact their own revenge and send guys out. Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. And in my world, that's a perfect world. That's how it would work. Not with NYU professors being the foreman of the jury. Oh my God. I say we stay on this subject because the phones are lighting up. We'll talk about it. And at the top of the hour, which would be 7 in the East, we have the very funny Ari Shaffir coming in. He's got a 2-part series on Netflix when I can't get one. But, I'm French, Canadian, Italian, so I say that. And Andy Flowers blushes, but he's nodding his head in agreement. But 866-969-1969. Back after this, kids.
You're listening to the Nick DiPaolo Show on Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103.
Oh, that's what I was looking That's what I was looking for. 866-969-1969. Currently talking about, the guy who pushed a drunken, violent Asian man who weighed 123 pounds onto the tracks to his death. But apparently this is why we're doomed as a species. Some people see it his way. When the fuck are you people going to wake up, honestly? Honest to God. Craig in Long Island, I think we already established about my opinion about judges. Go ahead, Craig.
Hey, Nick, love the show, man.
Thank you, sir.
It is so refreshing to hear a conservative voice on the air, let me tell you.
People call me conservative, and I guess I am compared to most people in showbiz and radio. But, there's a lot of things that I probably, when Ari Shaffir comes in, we'll probably flesh some of those out. I'm not like Ted Cruz. Although I wanted somebody to the right of Ted Cruz to win the election. So, anyways.
Keep up the good work.
All right, brother.
You give a lot of us hope.
Thanks.
Anyway, I just wanted to say I agree with, I think his name was Mike from Kansas.
Yeah.
Judges is a crazy idea.
Old ones? Old white ones?
It doesn't matter. In New York State.
All right.
In New York State, judges are either appointed by an elected official or they're elected themselves. So when they're running for their judgeship, they're running on a party ticket. and they've been put there by a party. So you're still dealing with that machine and that bullshit party bias.
Yeah.
And if you have liberal Democrats in New York appointing judges, and the judges are the ones deciding the cases, you can kiss your you can kiss your freedom goodbye. The jury system is far from perfect, but it's really the thing that makes justice in this country, one of the best systems in the world.
Yeah, well, it needs to be changed because I got summons for jury duty, and they asked me about anybody have a problem with the juries, and I raised my hand, and I said just what I said in the prior segment. I said, well, you guys, you all went to Ivy League schools, and, you have 1,000 years of education amongst. Can you confuse the 85-year-old cleaning woman at the, and I brought up Casey Anthony and OJ, and I'm just saying we've become more divided in this country politically, and always. Identity politics, gender, race, whatever. And I read more and more cases that were decided, and I know they were decided by race. I don't think people can be objective anymore. But I take your point about in New York State, the judges probably being liberal. I guess I was having this fantasy of some old crusty white guy that was above the ship, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, listen, you still have the chance of getting old crusty white guys on your jury.
That's right.
So don't worry about it.
Do you really?
I definitely. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the venue.
Yeah.
If you're trying your case
How about Fenway?
in Bronx County, chances are you're not going to get a crusty old white guy.
Yeah, well, that's where all the crime's going on, and where all the cases are taking place.
Well, that may be true, and it's also true that there are a lot of cheese dicks in the jury pools, but I still say it's the best system in the world.
All right.
And although it needs to be reformed, I don't think having judges decide is the answer.
How about umpires from the American League?
That might work.
All right, Craig. All right, man.
All right, my friend.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.
I appreciate
fighting
it.
the good fight.
Thank you.
Later.
See that? I love our callers. I'm here to learn too, I saw that movie Star Chamber, I think it was called, Michael Douglas. Retired. Did you see that, Andy?
No, but that's what it is.
That's what it is, right? They retired judges, but there is because I have a friend who's a lawyer and told me about, they came to, I forget what the situation was, where they asked retired judges to sit in. They put you on the payroll, even after you're retired, to sit on in certain cases. I forget what it's called. And, I'm clean as a whistle, so I don't need a lawyer, and I'm not familiar with the legal system. In high school, I threw some trash on a cop's lawn that I thought roughed up a buddy of mine, and five of us, the cops made us drive. We were drunk at a party. They made us drive to the police station. Can you imagine if we were drunk? There was a cop car in the front and one in the back, and they made us drive to the police station. Today, those cops would be sued beyond, we were shit-faced, and that was it. Oh, you're going to follow us to the station. Come on, you wise asses. And then we were sitting in the pen. They said, call your parents, and I just dialed some number, and some old guy answered. I'm like, and I hang up, and I'm bragging to my friends, like, I called the fucking and the cop goes, hey, asshole. They were listening. That's the extent of my jail and my prison. So, Artie Lang had some great stories about L.A. County and shit. Fucking Artie he was chained to like a, like a gang member. They're trying to shit together. I mean, it's enough to make you stay out of jail. Honest to God. Let's go to Connor on line 8. Connor, welcome to the show.
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
What's happening?
Sorry. Hey. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Hey, I was watching the news.
Yeah.
I see them talking about the rise of Islamophobia in Poland now. I don't know. I kind of find it funny that ties in with Poland not wanting to take in, refugees.
Of course.
That shit. They're also talking about it's right-wing nationalism.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that kind of logic because, you look at places like Poland, Japan.
Yeah.
Not too many terror attacks there.
Yeah, you notice that?
Yeah, it's interesting.
The rise of Islamophobia is a creation of, the left and CNN and NBC and MSNBC and ABC. Just look at, since 9/11, how many Muslims in this country have been murdered because of that. That's what I use as a litmus test. You know, I remember right after 9/11, some idiot racist out in Arizona shot a Sikh because the guy had a turban on, thinking he was just some moron.
Yeah, which is too bad because Sikhs are actually usually pretty cool.
Absolutely. Every time you get in a cab.
Those two groups don't get along.
No, that's exactly right. And but that thing is so exaggerated, the crimes against. If you look at, and then they widen the scope of what Islamophobia, if you look at somebody wrong that's from the Middle East, they'll write that down as.
I heard your old little buddy Jim Norton once say that Islamophobia implies that it's an irrational fear. It's not. It seems like a rational, logical decision to make.
Yeah. Well, if you listen to liberals and you're walking down downtown Atlanta at 2 a.m, and there's 8 brothers coming your way, you should walk right through them. Because if you cross the street, you're a fucking racist. I don't rely on liberals to keep me alive. I rely on my instincts. And you know what? 99 out of 100 black people would agree with what I just said.
Absolutely.
Even Jesse Jackson said.
Patrice O'Neill had a bit about that.
What did he really?
Yeah, he just talked about if he was in Kentucky and he saw 5 bald white guys walking towards him, he would,
That's
he's not going to stop and see if they have cancer and need help with their medicine. He said he's going to fucking run, and he told any white guy do the same thing. Don't be dead,
And that's why
I'm dead, but at least I wasn't racist.
There you go. And that's why we fucking love Patrice. And it cuts through all the bullshit. It cuts through all the bullshit. And that's why he liked me, by the way, for the jerk off on Twitter who said, can God take Nick DiPaolo and replace him with Patrice O'Neill?
Jesus.
All right, Connor. Good call, brother. Thank you.
All right, take care, buddy.
All right. Yeah, that's what somebody said on Twitter. And I get angry over, but it could be a 14-year-old boy who said it, or it could be a 38-year-old guy. I'm guessing probably a 38-year-old guy. But Patrice loved my comedy. I loved his. So it was just so stupid. And we both loved it because why? It was based on like what he just said, Never mind the PC. Cut to the chase. I don't know. Let's go to George on line 1. He's been there for quite a while. I was missing George at the top. Hey, George.
What's up, brother? I called him before, man. So, once again, man, I'm not going to get on the microphone over here and, suck your dick because you're doing such a great job for the conservatives. But I'll say this. You're doing a fantastic job, impersonating Fredo from The Godfather 2 by sounding whiny and desperate over here, bro.
I'm smart.
What?
Not like everybody says. Like, dumb, I'm smart, and I want the stakes.
Yeah, it should have been you.
But check it out. So let's throw some things out there. And, what you're really saying is black, Muslim, he was the aggressor. Woman, white girl, she's liberal. How about if it was reversed, bro? I mean, why not throw it like, how do we know this Chinese guy wasn't a Kung Fu drunken master, and this guy just got the upper hand quicker?
Well, you got quite.
Why not go full
George? I'm basing my shit on facts. Okay, go to the FBI crime site. No 5'3", fucking 122-pound Asian guy, 58 years old, is gonna threaten a black Muslim guy way younger than him. I'm basing it on living in the city and seeing what I see. It's not stereotypes. At some point, you got to quit worrying about political correctness and get to the heart of the matter. This guy, and I'm not even saying self-defense. He could have got him in a headlock. He could have choked him out. There was 19 options, is what I'm saying, other than throwing this guy in front of a train. Would you not agree on that? If we can't agree on that, George, I mean, we're finished as a fucking people.
I totally agree with you, but I guess this guy from Kansas is sort of right. I mean, did he project ahead of time that this push will actually kill the guy, that he intended to actually physically kill him, or maybe just back him up and it was with a stumble rumble?
No.
And did it.
Okay,
but that's what juries determine, and what you're implying is no. Let's get guys from the who's over 70 years old who have massive racist stereotypes that can come to the quick and get common sense decisions made quickly. Which means blacks are blacks, and that's what they do, and they're always out to no good.
You're simplifying what I said. You're oversimplifying what I said.
Well, what would happen if it was reversed? How about if you were the guy and there was a Muslim, a drunk Muslim, doing this to you in there?
I wouldn't
that would be the case.
I'll tell you what would happen. Because I'm a white guy, I'd make sure I didn't do anything. If I slapped the guy, I'd be in jail for a hate crime. So I'd be sure to avoid him. How about that? And that's the facts.
You know, I'm the same way, man. Would I want the guy to be dead? Nah, but I mean, I kind of see it on the other end. Like, if you don't know, I mean, especially in New York. I've never been to New York, but it seems to me like everyone's watching their back there, and you never know when a situation that looks simple may explode. Am I not right? Or?
No, I agree with that, George. I agree with that, but I'm just saying we seem to all be ignoring the most important thing, the 500-pound elephant. That there was a million options other than throwing him in front of a train that was coming. He could have choked them out. He could have knocked them out. He could have done anything. And then he stood there, George. Explain this to me. If this guy was such a sweetheart with his prayer rug and his Quran, he stood there and watched the train crush the guy and then quietly just walked up the stairs and went to work. So don't tell me this guy wasn't a fucking killer at heart.
Now, without me killing out, the first part, I agree with you. 1,000 other options, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
But, man, when we bring the Quran, I mean, I didn't know that the guy was there for a minute. I haven't read the story. I'm just listening to you. But to, watch over him, I mean, I'm picturing a death scene in a movie as a guy just stares and zooms into his eyes as he's just gritting his teeth over this guy's, desperation. I mean, that's a picture you're painting here, brother.
I'm not painting any picture. I'm telling you what was in the news and what was reported. The guy picked up his backpack, his Quran, and his prayer rug, and he left. And I'm glad they included that in the news because that's politically incorrect to mention, I guess.
There you go.
But
you got one other thing right today, bro.
What's
and
that?
I ended with this.
What's that?
You did say, about half of Americans are dumbasses, and they did elect Trump. So
No. The fucking dumb. All right, George. I'll let you go. Take care. Call back. No, the dummies voted for the thick ankle dog face. Fucking, I don't even know how to describe her. It's amazing to me that we're still being pointed at as the dummies when Hillary Clinton, with her fucking illegal email server and, bleaching 33,000 emails and her foundation with her husband. And she's as crooked as the day is long. You know that. She's ugly on top of it. Pretended she liked dick. This broad has been... There's a tape of her with her face in a muff at Yale in 1971. You say, where is it? It's under my couch. I'm selling it to MSNBC in about a year. I'm waiting for the price to go up on it. Goodness gracious, Heloise. Let's go to, what is it, Ben? Line 4, Benny boy. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
How are you, Ben? Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up?
I am a very tall person.
Yes.
And I have a club of very tall friends.
Right.
And anywhere we go, let me preface this by saying that I have my best friend is Asian. But anywhere we go, we get picked on, and people come at us, and they talk shit, and they're like, "Hey, you ever hear Ichabod Crane?" I'm talking like 6'5" to 7 feet tall.
Okay, how's this relevant to what the situation we're talking about?
Well, the shorter people, a lot of shorter people, actually have a problem with taller people, and they feel uncomfortable around them. So they, when they get drunk and when they get angry, they start fights and bump into you. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I know you are.
I've had it happen my entire life. And
so you should have the right to throw them in front of a train.
Negative.
Okay.
You do not have the right to throw them in front of a train. However,
yes,
when you're my height and my weight, 235 and 6'5", you can push somebody back, and perhaps they can, if they're 5'2" and 1 whatever, they're going to fall back, especially if they're drunk.
Yes. Okay, Ben.
They're going to fall back.
Ben, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been on the platform of a New York City subway?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So you're going to tell me he couldn't have spun him around and pushed him the other way?
There's 100% different options than what he did.
Right.
The first thing that I do when somebody comes at me is I push them away. I do jiu-jitsu and other things, but what I'm saying is the first thing you do if somebody's coming at you, push them.
Yeah.
And if you just push them, that's one thing. If you push them or pick them up and throw them, like what you were saying, I didn't read the article.
No, he did, and that's what a witness said. He flung him through the air. So I'm just going. I can't. Your phone's breaking up. I got to run. Thank you for the call, Ben. What difference does that fucking make? Is that you see? You guys have bought into it. All the fucking common sense has gone out the window. You've bought into the legal mumbo jump. You can confuse anybody. That's what I'm talking about with lawyers, and I'll probably need one someday if I push a fat woman who's abusing me on the subway. I'm just saying, that was not the only option. And I'm telling you, that douchebag NYU professor, Mrs. Feil, what was her first name? Gretchen? She hugs the killer after he's acquitted. Why is that allowed? Like my producer, Andy Flowers, asked me. Give him a hand job, too, out on the sidewalk, why don't you? NYU professor. She should have been not even allowed on the jury. I would have had more faith in Johnny Cochran being objective than an NYU chick professor. But that's just me. Adam in Boston, line 5. Welcome to the show, Adam.
Hey, thanks, Nick.
What's happening?
I got to say that I think Ben and his Asian friend are going to be an off-Broadway performance of A Mice and Men next week. So
I know, that's what it sounded like, didn't it?
Get ready for that. I'm going to tend the rabbits, George. I got to say, so I agree with you 100%. There's a million other things the guy could have done. Absolutely, he could have done. Didn't have to push him in front of a train. And I agree with you.
How about that? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because you always hear with cops, right? When a cop kills somebody or whatever, did he have to shoot him? He could have tasered him. He could have tackled him. You always hear that, but nobody in this situation, this guy was definitely being threatened by a guy that was 100 pounds less. It's just, I'm telling you, we have lost all common sense.
I agree with you. The only problem I have with that, though, is, and maybe I'm wrong, but didn't you say that Trayvon Martin was a piece of shit? And, kind of had it coming. George Zimmerman did what he had to do.
I didn't hear the beginning of that. Did what? What was the question?
So I don't know. I haven't heard your stance on Trayvon Martin, that case from however long that was ago.
Yeah.
But Trayvon, couldn't George have held him down? He didn't have to shoot him or whatever you want to say?
Last I remember from that story, it was George Zimmerman whose head was being banged off the cement, if you remember, and that really was self-defense, and that's how the cops saw it. And that kid,
he could have. There's a million things he could have done. I just if he didn't have a gun, I don't think George Zimmerman.
That's a
died.
different situation. This guy was on top. Zimmerman was on the bottom. This guy's banging his head off the cement. So. That's more of a self-defense to me than this situation. This whole thing. If you've seen if you look at a subway platform, it's not like it's a 2x2. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of options.
Yeah.
So but I thought Zimmerman was fighting for his life there. I actually believe that. So, but
I think Zimmerman's a piece of shit, and he wanted to be a cop, and he wasn't.
Yeah, I know. That's what the media told you. But I know cops who knew whose kids went to school with Trayvon Martin, and he was a fucking punk. Not that doesn't mean he deserves to die, but in that case, if there's a young black kid banging my head off the cement, yeah, I'm going to do what I got to do. Or if I'm a black guy and there's a white guy on top of me banging my head off the cement, I'm going to do what I got to do. Take race out of it. That's self-defense. This was not self-defense. Picking a guy up who's a waif, whatever. All right, Adam. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Take care, buddy.
I don't take race out of it with the Zimmerman thing, and I know the guy was a loose cannon, fucking whatever, but he was getting his fucking head bounced off the cement. So I don't know. That seemed more like a case of survival, and I wish the guy didn't bring it up because I want to stay on this. How much time left, Flowers? Oh, whole bunch of calls. Oh, my goodness. Well, Mike's been on for almost 40 minutes. He has a New York moment that he wants advice from. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? First, I want to say every drunk Asian guy I've ever come in contact with are the most friendliest guys in the world.
Oh,
they're always happy.
Apparently you haven't been to karaoke.
Well, yeah, that's still friendly, but anyway.
Not at karaoke, they're not.
Also, I was thinking about when you were talking. There's also a technology right now that I read an article that they could like scan someone's brain basically and find out whether they're lying or not. So this whole jury thing can go out the window. Did you kill him? Did you not? So that's a whole nother story. But so you can think about that instead of old judges. But I had a situation.
What? Whoa! I'm not going to let you get away with that. What exactly is the technology? How does it work, Mike? And
basically, it's just. I mean, I read an article. I heard Adam Carolla talking about it, but
it must be true.
Yeah, me kind of. That's a good point. But I read the article. It's just basically brain scans, technology. We know when you're lying or not just from a scan. It's not like the old lie detector test.
Can my wife get a hold of one of these?
Probably at reasonable cost. So, but if you think about it, in the future, obviously we're not going to adopt it now. But you have a murder trial. I mean, you could incorporate that into the evidence. A brain scan, certain parts of your brain light up when you're lying or not. Did you kill him? Yes. Did you kill him? No. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like It's like a step up from a polygraph, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, polygraphs aren't admissible in court, and obviously,
some stage.
Yeah, I know. But if you watch those shows, like he didn't want to take a polygraph.
I touched a Cub Scout in Vermont, and they couldn't use it. It was inadmissible.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why. I mean, it's always up and down. But I had a situation I wanted to know because I was walking down the street. Actually, I think I was dialing into your show.
Yeah.
And I was walking. I was walking at a leisurely pace, and I admit it wasn't the fastest. But this guy comes up behind me in a baby carriage with a baby carriage. It says, "You're gonna fucking walk. You're gonna fucking look at your phone." So there was plenty of space for him to move, but obviously he had an agenda.
Yeah.
So I said to him, "Dude, there's plenty of space, and you're gonna do that in front of your baby?" And now we're in the middle of the street, and he goes to me, "What the fuck did you say?" I said, "Dude, you're in front of your kid. What are you doing? This is ridiculous." He goes, "If my wife was here, I would fucking knock you out," which I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
I think he was saying if his wife was here, he could, she could watch the baby and he could knock me in the face.
Yeah.
So I was looking at this guy, and I would love to knock him in the face. Number one, I didn't do it because I'm a pussy. Number two, he has a crazy look.
No, that is a New York moment, Mike.
But who's wrong here? Because everyone's walking on their phone. I'll admit, I wasn't.
Hey, Mike, I hate to break your heart. I'm with a guy pushing the stroller. I would have fucking run right up your heels with that thing.
But there's plenty of sidewalk. I mean, everyone's walking. It's your fault.
Plenty of sidewalk? Where were you in New York that there's plenty of sidewalk?
It was on 10th Avenue, right?
Oh, yeah.
And,
some hookers.
Funny. Yeah, it was a
couple of fags.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that, but I can't. I'm actually near there right now, so I got to be careful.
All right.
But so
fucking quiz.
Go ahead. Then what happened?
So he gave me a look, and I was like, I saw the crazy look in the guy's face. I was like, this guy looks for this shit. Yeah. And he was a little bit older, probably.
All right.
Not Caucasian, but
okay.
Not, yeah, it's just,
yeah, so probably Italian, probably a real asshole Italian. I get the picture. Go ahead.
He had like a cop feeling to him, or a friend of a cop feeling, where he just wants to pick fights off duty.
Right.
I like cops, but that happens. But
okay.
And then he's like, he gave me a deep stare.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like tried to remember my face for the next time, and then he walked off, and then he looked back, and I ran away.
All right, you did the right thing.
Yeah, but if you can incorporate into this situation, what if the guy knocked me off? And I think this Muslim guy, he probably have a little homophobia in him. He probably has this guy touching him.
Oh, not all right. Now you're all over the map. Come on. Yeah, he was trying to fuck him. I think they said the Asian guy was humping his leg, as a matter of fact.
No, what I'm saying is, it's like, I don't want this guy touching me. I'm fucking going to kill him.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
I think you did the right thing, Mike, in running away. And, because in New York, you never know.
But the thing is, he had a baby, so I didn't want it to be a viral video.
You should have slapped the baby in the face and then ran.
He had a Yankee hat on the baby, so.
All right, Mike, I got to go. Thanks. The Yankee had a baby hat on. Of course. Some fucking future gangster. Every blotter picture, there's a guy robbing a bank with a Yankees hat. It's uncanny. Anyways, we got Ari. I say Ari, but it's really Ari Shaffir. He's coming in. He's a libertarian. I love him. Does he still have the mohawk or no? Did he grow it back? Nothing? He likes his weed. He's a very funny dude. And he's got a double negative. It's called Double Negative. It's a 2-part special on Netflix. So he'll be in, and we'll probably keep him here for the second hour, I guess. Or maybe not. Maybe he'll be in a mood too. It's the DePaulo Show. Back after this. I smell Ari Shaffir.
You're going to say Jew?
You're already on the defense?
I smell matzo balls.
Oh, come on, for Christ's sake. I smell Jews.
I really thought it was going
that was Ari Shaffir that said that, folks, not me. He's already a little nervous, apparently. This show has no anti-Semitic. I defend Israel 25 hours a day on this show. You know
Do you
that?
really? You're the only one.
That doesn't sit with him
You're
either.
the only one. I love it. I love it.
Wait, you're so left, you probably don't even like Israel, right?
I like it, but sometimes you can't defend him every single moment.
I don't. That was a joke. I don't even like you people. Now listen.
I'm against Israel, but I do like how they kill those Palestinians. That part I'm on board with.
Well, yes, they blow it. You know, these Palestinians come across the border, they jump out of a car, and they stab 11 people at a pizza joint.
Yeah,
how can you defend that shit?
There's no reason to defend
It's like living in Brooklyn.
like 15 years ago.
Ari Shaffir, but look at the show. We have Andy Flowers, Andy Fiore, right?
Yeah.
A weed smoking Italian from Jersey.
Is that your nickname, Andy Flowers?
Well, Fiore in
That's
Italian.
what Fiore means.
Oh.
We got Lewis, a handsome black fellow working the phones.
Yeah.
And a nice Jew, and I don't know what I am. French, Canadian, Italian.
Oh, I only had you as Italian.
Huh?
I only had you as Italian.
I know. Why is that? That's stereotypical of you to think that I'm a greaseball 100%. I know I look that way. Hey,
French,
Ari, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Netflix, 2-parter.
Yeah, 2-part special.
You know, they put my Raw Nerve special on a couple of years ago after it was on Showtime, but now they won't give me a sniff. What did I do wrong? Who do you know? Robbie Pra?
Robbie Pra, I
Is
know.
it-
Yeah, bother him.
I did. Here's what I did wrong.
You got to do it more. I did it so much. Yeah.
You didn't do what I did.
What'd you do?
Well, he became a big shot at the festival in Montreal, right? He started
He was
to
a
work
booker.
he was a booker.
Yeah, the booker, really, at the end.
Even before that, though, he was working his way up the ladder. He used to come into the green room with the Nazi show, and I would get him in a headlock and go, "Look at you, you little fucking," give him noogies and shit.
Yeah, you're so young then.
Yeah, so I'm not bullied. I'm not in a mean way, but me and Slayton would hold him down. Body would kick him. What do you do? Yeah, hold him. Kick that little prick in the face. And so, of course, every time I decide to get, a little off color with people, they end up being big shots in the business. So I haven't learned that, but you deserve it. You're a funny dude, and I'm glad you came. A 2-parter. The first part's called Can we play? What's the clip from? Not from the special?
No, we don't have a clip from the special.
No? That would have taken some effort? No, it's probably not allowed, right? Did we get that yet?
That's a press thing.
Yeah, it's a weird Netflix Sirius
What
XM
were you
thing.
doing?
I have
Watching
another clip
Godfather
from
for the
Ari.
5th time this afternoon? What?
I have an older clip from Ari.
All right, let's play an older clip of Ari just to give you a taste of his. We know he's funny. But
Who's rating porn videos? You guys are crazy. Every one of those videos is like 100,000 likes or dislikes, but I don't know who's doing that. Like, who's finished with that act? And then instead of immediately leaving the scene in disgust at your midday decision, who's returning to the scene of the crime like an arsonist? For what? Why? Are you like, no, I care about my community. And I want others to know that Becky does like it hard. Why would you? It's not even that simple. A lot of times you gotta register a profile first. Do you know how detailed a process that is? That means you gotta give them an email address to a porn site. And just trust that they're gonna be cool with it. And then wait for them to email you a verification code, which you have to take and go back into the system, start up a whole profile, and they'd be like, yeah, absolutely, college girls, love it, totally. Why would anybody do that? Here's where I do it.
Oh, nice.
It's because it keeps track of all the videos that you
What do you
liked.
do? All right. He said all right.
Getting embarrassed about it already. I'm gonna hear myself.
I love how you pick Becky. Nice.
Yeah, that's-
White chick, waspy.
That's the kind of porn I watch for sure. No offense in there. You do too? Excellent.
You don't watch black porn?
Not really.
Oh my God, I can't get enough of it.
Really?
No, I'm
I love
kidding.
it.
I've never watched black. I didn't know there was a category.
Oh, there is. It's
I can't-
interracial.
Oh, the interracial.
If
Yeah.
a black chick fucks a black dude,
Yeah.
also interracial.
How do you
If a black
figure?
chick fucks a white dude, it's not called interracial porn.
Wait a minute. When a black chick fucks a black dude, it's interracial?
Mm-hmm.
Now, help me out there. Lewis even has a puzzle look.
I know, it's a category system. It's all based on racism. They'd be like, that's just
Well, but how is black on black?
because the black chick is for white guys, I guess.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't know. I didn't make the system.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. When a black chick fucks a white guy, that's not interracial.
Black chick.
Only
fucks-
only black dude, white chick. That's interracial.
See how fucked up we are in this country?
Surprise to me too.
See how fucked up? How about if a black point guard goes around a white point guard, dunks over? What is that considered? So the first part of your special, Double Negatives, called Childhood. It describes the pros and cons to having kids, which you don't have.
I know. Fuck no, man. You got him?
Huh?
You got him?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I softball injury. I couldn't have kids. Short hop it. I bet. But how do you weigh in on that without? Which makes it funny, obviously, if you don't have
They're
kids.
garbage. You know, children are garbage.
Why? Because they pollute the planet?
We're just the worst. The worst. Boogers in their hands all the time. They don't know how to do fuck all. They're fucking awful things until like 17. That long. Not worth the investment.
But you were one once.
I grew out of it, Nick. I grew out of it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Did you ever? What happened to the mohawk, dude?
I know. I loved it.
You seriously put that back.
It wouldn't connect in the back, man. Look at this.
He's got the. That's from the yarmulke. You gotta stop.
That's from all the time in the shade. That's what it is. The grass died.
See that was the fucking way to go. So what do you say about other than they're not worth having and shit?
Just how awful they really are, and then how weird people get when they don't have them after a while. You know?
People assume that you. It's funny. People assume that it was a conscious choice not to have kids when other things can come into play. Biology.
Well, I mean, I didn't leave it in.
Huh?
I didn't leave it in by accident, but I was pretty good about it.
But they always say, so you didn't want kids?
Yeah.
I hear that all the time, and they immediately assume that was a conscious decision.
It wasn't with you? You really
no.
You can't have kids?
That's not true either.
Oh.
But I don't want to go any further into that. I don't know why I brought that up. But I'm just saying, that in general,
Yeah,
people
they do
assume that it's a conscious decision.
Instead of like, oh no, I'm barren.
Isn't that bigoted?
Yeah, it is.
Now I'm talking like you.
I don't talk. I'm not as left as you think I am.
I haven't figured you
I
out.
just think
That's
we
why
should
I
hang
like
the homeless like you.
Hang the homeless?
Yeah, hang them all.
No, I don't
No,
think
I'm
we should
joking,
hang them,
no.
but at least wash their asses once a week.
At least wipe after you take a dump on my stoop. Maybe halfway.
Where did you grow up, Ari?
Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Oh my
Outside
God.
DC, Jewish neighborhood.
Jesus, could you get any? That's serious liberal? Yeah, that's a purple state.
In between.
No, I mean blue. I shouldn't say purple.
Yeah, in between, because you had the Jews who were like, anti-Palestine and like they want money.
Right.
That's conservative.
How about the Jews who are anti-Israel? They are real far left, right?
No, they're very far right.
That are anti-Israel.
Oh, I thought you meant like the super Hasidic Jews are like, we'll wait for the Messiah and nothing before that.
They're real conservative.
Yeah.
I had them as neighbors in Beverly Hills, and I loved them. I look
Quiet, go to bed early.
Quiet, go to bed early.
You can party as loud as you want. They'll never say a word. They'll just take it like fucking victims.
I wasn't doing any of that shit. No, but
We're good at taking it.
All that was part of it, but also that they committed to something. They believe in something, which I don't.
Damn, Nick.
What?
That's deep. Yeah.
Seriously, I admire that. I see him on the plane. They do make me nervous, though, when I'm on a plane and the guy's rocking back and forth. He's got the leather shit on. What is that? What's going on there?
Praying to God.
I don't want to see
You think
that.
it's an Allah Akbar situation?
No. I know he's
You're worried?
praying, and I don't need to see that type of praying. We're taxiing.
It's weird.
Does he know something about does he know the mechanic? Is an alcoholic? Why is he rocking back and forth reading out of the... Why does this building become like a fucking gangster? And we're the only white people in here after 6 p.m. Somebody answer that question.
Oh, it does.
Louis, what's happening? Weigh in.
I believe that's DJ Who Kid show.
DJ Who Kid.
Yeah, some people coming on the interview. Yeah,
I know, but I'm walking around. I took a lap, and we're the only.
Just so you know, Nick, those guys were scheduled to be here at 4:30, and they just showed up now. So say what you want about race.
Oh, that's stereo. That's horrible, Ari. I don't like that type of talk. It makes me uncomfortable. But I do. I admire people that believe, that have some belief like that. I mean, I was raised Catholic. I don't know whatever that means, but till about 8th grade. But
and then you were done.
I never bought into it. How about you? Are you atheist?
No, and I am now. I bought into it for a while till I was about in college.
What?
And then I was done.
What changed your mind?
Just realized it's all fucking. I didn't believe. Just realized I didn't believe. It wasn't even like, this doesn't make sense. It was just like, it's not in me.
It's not in you.
The whole time I was just been faking it without thinking about it. And I look inwards and I don't have it. It's just not in there.
I know, I'm empty. I was supposed to go to CCD class on Tuesday nights, like in 8th grade.
Christian Christ.
Yeah, whatever. You bring your catechism and for an hour. And I'd leave the house. Did I tell this already on the air? About my brother opening the window so I could watch the Bruins game?
Oh, really?
I would leave at 8 o'clock. CCD was up the street. I'd go, okay. I'd leave with my book. And I said to my brother, the Bruins are playing the Canadians tonight. There was a crawl space under my sister's bedroom outside. And I crawled under there. There's looking into a bathroom window. I said, leave the bathroom door open so I could see into the TV room. And I watched the Bruins, the first period of the Bruins Canadians.
On the floor?
Yeah, laying in the grass under the house. And then I come in and, I come in at 9 o'clock. Like, I just get back. And my brother goes, do you see that fight with Stan Jonathan? I go, yeah, he fucking kicked in. My father goes, where the fuck were you? I'm sitting there with my book and my
CCD.
And I get grass on my shirt.
Don't mind the grass.
But yeah, I grew out of that. But you're a libertarian. That's how you define it.
I'm a bit of a libertarian, yeah, for sure.
What does that mean? Because I really don't.
I think it means, I don't really know as much as Dave Smith knows, but I think it means just leave me the fuck alone. Let me buy my
That's
house.
a good definition.
And then get the fuck out of here.
Right.
I bought my property, leave. Well, we need you to raise other people's kids. Pay for that. No, why? I don't have them. You pay for them.
Which is what I'm
be
doing.
over here. Yeah, you're doing that.
I pay scary property tax up where I live, and it's going to a school.
Yeah.
In the next town over.
Why? That's crazy.
I
You
know.
don't even have kids.
I can't even tell you the amount. You would fucking tell me it's enough to move out of New York. So I don't have kids, and it's not even in my town. But they made these rules and these laws and these zoning laws back in the 50s.
Yeah.
When the town next to ours was known for good schools. Now it's a shithole.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for a bunch of poor kids to go, which is probably the only thing I do as far as benevolence. And my
You're forced to pay for kids.
I'm forced to pay. As a Catholic would be glad to do that. But so
that shit, like fucking stopping me, some cop pushing me around. Get the fuck off. What? I didn't do anything. You have a reason to think I did anything?
No cop
Get the fuck away from
around,
me.
right?
TSA shit bothers me.
I know when you're on a couple of your CDs, you always have a beef with the TSA, which at first I didn't. I'm like, but now, the more time I spend in airport, they are really useful idiots, as we would
They're
call them.
idiots, and they don't do anything, and they do bad shit. They steal from everybody. They feel up your girlfriend. They're fucking bullshit, and you're forcing us to deal with assholes untrained.
And most of them are Polish and Irish, right? They do. They steal shit out of there. But didn't you fart in a guy's TSA's face?
Farted right on him. Farted right on him.
That's why. What's he doing to you?
He was making me do something. I said, I don't want to take my shoes off. He goes, why? I'm like, I've got a medical condition. He goes, what's the condition? He goes, none of your business. That's not your fucking code. I've read your code. Just, you pat me down. He goes, well, what do I know? I'm like, you don't got to know shit. And then he started like, well, I can do this. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. He's like, we don't call the cops. I'm like, you know what? For the first time, call him. Call him over here.
There you go.
Oh, and immediately 2 Boston cops. It was in Boston. And what's their airport
In
there?
Logan.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, Logan. Was
Probably
Rogan,
a guy
was
I know.
Rogan watching me going, mother, stop, Ari. I'm like, no, I'm done with this shit.
Did you say Rogan?
Yeah.
He was with you?
Yeah, he was with me.
Now, Rogan gets around your testosterone level and your behavior changes.
Maybe. Yeah, because I don't got backup. So these 2 cops
He
come
loves
over.
you.
One old one, one young one. I mean, young by like your age.
Right.
And then one old one, gray hair. And and they were like, what's the problem? I'm like, the problem is this motherfucker searched me for no reason. And you wouldn't do that because you're a good cop. Not like this piece of shit. And he just started laughing. And he's like, okay, sir. All right. He made me give him his ID. And I was like, here. And I was like, he was like, here it is. I'm like, fuck you. He goes, oh, that's real nice. I'm like, yeah, what are you, am I going to be nice to you?
Wow, you were fucking out of control.
He goes, sir, calm down. I won't calm down. And then I just turned and I farted right on him. Long fart. Well, I'm farting on you then. And he looked at the cop for support, and the cop's like, guys, come on. He didn't want any part of it. Fuck him.
Yeah, no.
Pat me down like you're supposed to, monkey. He was white, by the way. He was white. It's
well,
not about
Jesus,
that. He was white. He was a white.
I was
going
to say.
He was a white. Both of you,
for
calm
Christ's
down.
sake.
And I
What do you
decided
mean, what do you mean both of me? I wouldn't even say that.
You got a boner. He got upset.
I did not. Lewis was laughing his ass off.
Lewis is laughing. He was a white guy. That's what I meant by monkey. A dance monkey.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
You get it, though, right? Fuck them.
I do. It's become, it's too intrusive and shit. And again, it's all, what angers me, and I see it every time, I actually tweeted it. There's a woman, she had to be 75, white woman like this. They are fucking all over her. There's a guy behind me, looks like a poster boy from Yemen. fucking breezes through, and I'm watching this. So I took a picture of it. I tweeted it. I go, PC. This is PC run amok, and it got like 300 likes in 2 seconds. I'm a fucking old white woman and shit. And again, people are gonna go, "What are you saying?" And it can't be an old white. Yeah, I am saying that. I am saying it.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You can look at somebody and be like, "That's not an issue."
I do judge book by cover. It works very well.
They're gonna fucking turn her. They're gonna radicalize her. For her 70th birthday, her family didn't show up. She's like, "Oh, I'm disconcerted," and they're like, "We're time to strike." Jesus, well,
gonna radicalize it through the 700 Club with Pat Robertson.
Do you feel disillusioned? Government's not representing you anymore? Come talk to us over at Al Jazeera.
866-969-1969. Call in and say hello to Ari Shaffir because he's an interesting dude and he's got a killer a two-part. It's 2 hours?
It's 45 and 45.
45, but he's got a two-part special called Double Negative. It premieres today?
It's out right now on Netflix.
Look at you. You probably did every show here in the building today, right?
Oh, I did Bonfire just now.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I can't get...
You can't get on there?
No, I can't get on there. I want to know why
What?
Jay Okerson won't come in here.
Oh, well, he's on right now.
Huh?
I left in the middle.
That's
on.
not why, right?
Yeah, remember we asked him to do one of the very last Tuesdays before. Now they're 4 days a week now.
Okay, so what about the fifth day, motherfucker?
Well, he's usually on the road during
that's right.
Fridays.
I forgot.
Fridays?
Yeah, I do Fridays.
No, I'm calling bullshit on Jay. I'm friends with him. He could come in on Fridays. He could, and he should.
We'll ask again.
Huh?
We'll ask
I
again.
like Jay. We worked.
Fuck Jay. He's sitting right over there. He knows the way. He's got a pass. Fuck him. He could come over here on a Friday and then go to the stand after that. You're not on first. Get out here at 8. Go right over there. You're there by 8:30. You're a fucking liar, Jay.
Here we go. He knows the radio well. He likes to start shit, but Jay's too fucking nice. Yeah, that's what I my theory was. Now they're on Comedy Central radio, and my theory was, well, Nick kind of fucking pushes the envelope and blah, blah, blah. But that can't be true because Soda came in here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But were they with Comedy Central at the point when Dan
Whole
Soda?
time.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
No, it's just Jay's an asshole. I'm telling you. It's got nothing to do with any sort of regulations.
He had me on his I guess I'm wrong here because he had me on his show there. What was that show?
And
you
you've
worked
been
the
on the
audience.
Bonfire.
I've been on the Bonfire.
Yeah,
Well, they
he's never
needed me.
numerous times.
It was a week
Yeah,
old.
you started it. And yet he's never coming here out of respect.
8-6 exactly. Just show a little respect.
Little.
866-969-1969. And I did Skeptic Tanked with that's Ari's podcast,
twice.
and
I loved it.
But it was funny. We parted ways on the drug thing, and which got all your fucking.
All my fucking
It's like,
druggy.
and that's what I said. These
Psychedelic.
libertarians, everyone I met, they're sort of a one-issue voter. That you
for
bring
sure.
up weed, and they go fucking.
Get the fuck away from me. What I do in my own home is
Which
none of your concern.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I kind of, but I don't know. I'm a law and order guy, and there's a
There
lot
shouldn't
of
be a law. Then there's order.
huh.
Shouldn't be a law. It's like outlawing cigarettes, and you're like, what do you mean? And then like we're gonna arrest you for start smoking cigarettes.
No, but
Make
there
it
are
illegal.
there are unintended consequences when you legalize something. Like you can't argue this.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
far as DUIs and accident, there's
They'll
a
go
lot
up.
more of
They'll
that,
go up.
right?
I've been so high when I've been driving before that I think I was asleep for large stretches of like highway time. I've got to.
Oh,
like,
I've done that too.
Really?
Yeah, drunk. You reach down for the radio, you look up, you're like, that was 31 miles? Is that my fucking driveway? I just left the Comedy Cell 8 minutes ago.
Man, radio sucks these days. I couldn't find a single hit. I don't even know it's a problem.
But that's the stuff that I looked at. But that's me, and just being a and I can't handle weed. But that's another argument. But go ahead.
There's some people that for sure that would do it that wouldn't be able to handle it. And you got to like educate along with it. Same with alcohol.
Right.
There's people who drunk drive now more than they would if it wasn't legal.
But
You
Ari,
gotta trust people to not be animals.
That's true.
Most people aren't.
No,
Most people
that
don't drunk drive.
Well, that's the thing about a democracy in our country. It'll only work if there's a little bit of responsibility on your part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're right. The idiots who can't handle
Yeah.
it.
Let me have a pocket knife that goes in my keychain because I like to open envelopes and stuff with it. And I'm sorry if I went to the airport and didn't remember to like leave it.
Did
but
that
I'm
happen?
But I'm not going to do anything with it. So why are you bothering me?
Lewis is laughing.
Lewis doesn't understand this is black. Anything he's got on him, people are going to give him so much shit for. The idea that I could even yell back to a black man is like, what?
All right, we got a break here, but Ari, stay with us, will you?
Yeah.
And the special is Double Negative. Premieres on Netflix. 2-part special, childhood.
now.
And he's going to be up at Montreal, too, doing what I did,
Doing what
hosting
you
the
did,
Nasty
yeah.
Show. You're going to be up there for 10 days. I've done that,
19.
too. And check out his podcast.
cool.
Skeptic. 19 through 29th. It's That's a long, and it's a great city, by the way. But 866-969-1969. Back after this.
You're listening to the Nick DiPaolo Show.
Who's that?
That's the Cult.
Cult. Oh,
They
yeah.
kicked me out of They kicked me out of my gym in Queens 15 years ago because I used to have they worked out there. I used to have them on in my headphones every day, and they would play the music in the gym louder than my headphones. I go, can you turn that down? I'd be the only one in the gym, so I wasn't. Nobody else was. I said, can you turn the music just a little? And after like the fifth time, the guy goes, you got to get the fuck out of here.
What, really?
Because I was like you. I was being a little bit annoying. I said, dude, I can't hear my own fucking music. Yeah, you ask us every day.
Yeah, take the hint.
Exactly. I pay a fucking dues here.
Yeah.
And he said, get out of here. And then we actually, it was funny. I'm giving the finger through the door. He's laughing.
Did you go back ever?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
So now I just do I get a broomstick, I put it between two chairs, and I work on my lats. Anyways, we're talking to the very funny Ari Shaffir, and he's got a killer special, Double Negative. It's a two-parter on Netflix, which means he's in tight with Robbie Praw. Well, these people stick together. What do you mean these people? People who book Netflix comics and comedians.
These Jews.
No.
You see how weak his bowels are. You eat a candy with him and he has to shit.
Who?
Robbie? Yeah.
You know him that well? You know what makes him shit?
I know him pretty good. We went to Franklin's Barbecue.
I held his dick when he took a piss, but I don't know what makes him shit. Really?
Yeah, we went to Franklin's Barbecue. We walked back, 15-minute walk, and halfway back, he was like,
Where was this?
Austin, Texas, for some festival.
He must love you. I would think he would love you.
We're friends.
See that?
Yeah.
That's who you're going to be friends with. I'm friends. I sound like Michelle Pfeiffer in Scarface. With Nick the pig. I'm friends with Nick the pig. That's who my friends are while you're at work.
You need to shut the fuck up.
All right, I will.
Oh, you're your own producer, too.
Oh,
That's great. Multitasking.
I'm telling you, dude. I load this stuff at home. Andy is the most... come on. You got to admit, you got a nice job.
You're leaning like a free Jew on Passover.
I bring the whole show in with me from Westchester.
I do a lot.
Yes, he does. He pulls up clips that are like 11 years old of the comedians. He is such a comedian. He will do the least amount.
That's not true.
And then I give him 19 bands as far as music goes, but he picks the songs that were popular when he was in high school.
Is that true, Andy?
No, that's not true. I just like to rotate them out, and Nick has no memory about when we last played the song. So I go, we can't play the same ones every single day.
Just play on the boardwalk.
Give a little.
On the boardwalk. Come on, man.
It reminds me of a better time.
Jesus. Boy, that one hurt. I mean, Ari, I know you're a libertarian, but look at this anti-white male shit. Why these professors are warning against promoting the work of straight white men?
Warning against promoting that? That's ridiculous.
Can you imagine saying anything like that? Yes. Well, it's the people, these people who do this shit, they're the ones who are always singing, we want a colorblind society.
Yeah.
Yet they're the ones who are obsessed with pushing...
Dude, I booked a show. It's like you really got to worry about it. You really got to get like, all right.
You book what show?
This is not happening. The storytelling show I used to book.
Why isn't it? Has to do with this type of political correctness?
But at some level, you have to justify why I'm taking a highly qualified white man over a almost not at all qualified minority or woman. When you're like, listen, guys, they're 3 years into comedy. This guy's a 15-year veteran. What are we talking about here?
This is coming from Ari Shaffir, by the way. So it blows my theory out of the water.
I know we got to get some diversity, but we got to work harder than just getting somebody on a list. We got to fucking go out around the country and figure somebody out. Because I'll get somebody, but not just somebody shitty. Let's get somebody qualified. Let's work a little harder.
Yeah, meritocracy.
Yeah.
That's what made this country great. Yes, the white man had a fucking head start. Yeah. Okay, we've made a zillion changes since then, okay?
Well,
so now you're competing head to head. So don't what?
And we're doing great with our head start. Look at this New York. Look how nice it is here.
Isn't New York? I was talking about in the first segment. I'm reading just the New York Post. I'm just reading headlines or Drudge or whatever, especially the New York Post.
Yeah.
And I can see why people in the Midwest go, I would never live in that. A girl falls asleep in a subway. She wakes up. A guy's pissing in her face.
Oh, gosh.
That was a couple days ago. A lady today.
The city has garbage people in it.
It has garbage people and this homeless people, this white homeless people in the city. That's how bad it's gotten, folks. I mean,
I feel like they're mostly white homeless.
I see a lot of white kids.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them going, you got Air Jordans on. You're perfectly healthy.
The gutter punk community is almost all white.
Agreed.
There's very few
gutter
black
what?
gutter
Like
punks.
down to like St. Mark's, East Village.
Yeah, I don't go
With
down
pit
there.
bulls
I don't like those.
and
people.
dogs.
clearly still had the clothes your father bought you, but now you're out in the street with it, so
And
it's
they
a little
have
more
a
tattered.
pit bull.
Yeah.
I saw a guy with an Alaskan Husky. I mean, beautifully manicured. The dog had nice nails and shit. Who are you kidding? I wanted to. You remember American Psycho when he finds that homeless guy in the alley?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that?
He stabs
goes,
shit out of him.
hey, why don't you have a job? You smell like shit. He takes a knife. And why was that liberating to me? That's a scene. He stabs this poor black homeless guy to death. But boy, I was applauding. Is that wrong? Your thoughts? Let's go to Don in Vermont. Wants to talk to Ari about the TSA. Say hello to Ari, Don.
Hi, Don. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Ari. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great. My special's out today. Couldn't feel better. How are you doing?
Not bad. Nick, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, it's the only one on the screen. Go ahead.
Oh, good. And you kept me on hold for 10 minutes, you asshole.
We had a break.
Hey, Ari, you got to cut TSA a little bit of slack, pal.
Oh, how come?
Those frontline people right there, you think they have any choice doing what they have to do?
Yeah, they could be at Wendy's.
Orders from the top.
They what?
They're getting orders from above.
I know, so don't do that shit. Don't be a fucking mafia
But they
hitman
have
just
to.
because
They
someone's
have
telling
to
you to.
follow
Go
what
do
their
another
bosses
job.
are telling them to do. It's not the poor bastards that are down on the line.
I know, but
They
no,
have
but
choice
here's the
doing
deal.
What they're doing.
Okay, I get
you guys
I
are
get that.
talking over each other.
I get that
Ari,
to some
go ahead.
degree, but listen, they take liberties with what their bosses do tell them to do. Their bosses tell them when somebody says I got a medical condition, just swab it and fucking move on. And then you go, it's none of your business. I say medical condition, then they take liberties. They go further. They bother people. Their bosses don't tell them to feel up your fucking wife's tits because she looks good. The bosses don't tell them that. That's on them.
Yeah. Don, your thoughts?
So what was
and
your
they see
serious
it.
medical problem that you had a...
It doesn't matter. I got nothing. I got freedom. That's what I'm suffering from. The point is this. They're not supposed to ask.
So everybody with that same fucking attitude, you know, what do you expect them to do? They're being lied to left and right by
them to
people
swab
like you.
my shoes like they're supposed to and test it that way and move it on.
I just want you to keep in mind that those people don't have little choice in what they have to do.
They can
because
get a
their
better
bosses are
job.
telling them
They
every
can get
day.
a better job where it doesn't fucking victimize innocent people.
That's the bigger point Ari's making, that you don't have to be a useful idiot.
You don't have to do that at all.
No, well, there's idiots in every job.
That's correct, but
But
boy.
we don't have to deal with you. If Kmart idiots suck, I can go to Target.
Don, you know what? You sort of undermine. But you're right. But you're sort of undermining your point by they're fucking. They could be working at Wendy's.
Do anything
or,
else. Anything
Yeah,
else.
but it's not everybody. I mean, you're going to run across one bad apple every now and
Okay,
then.
but they look the other way when they do see bad apples. When they see a friend stealing, they fucking warn everybody. Hey, we got a fucking checkpoint coming today. Nobody steal today. I don't do it, but I'm
I don't know.
covering
I
for my
travel
friends.
quite often. I don't have any problem with
Where do
it.
you fly out of, Don? You're not in Vermont, really, are you?
I am.
Are you really? Well, there you go.
Because they know you're there.
I'm sure the TSA at Burlington Airport looks like the ones at LaGuardia and fucking.
He's got a coat from the factory.
No,
You're good.
but
Move on.
it's connecting airports.
Yeah.
LaGuardia,
That's true.
JFK, down in Florida.
Sure.
All
right.
It's TSA all over the place.
I hear you. All right, Donnie. Thank you.
All right, Nick. Thanks for taking my call.
You got
yeah,
it.
the best man. Hey, they dropped Renazizi's laptop. He had to go. Through security, they fucking dropped on the floor.
Who's?
Steve Renazizi, my buddy.
Oh, he's a funny dude. That guy.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And just dropped it, cracked it, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Sorry, sir." He's like, "What do you? Well, what do I do?" It's like there's a bunch of paperwork. You're gonna be here for like 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours. I can have a flight. Well, sorry. Well, fuck. And you just got to take it and go. And then here's the deal. It's like, all right, but if they're protecting us, if they're securing our fucking skies, then it's worth the occasional thing like that. But they're not securing our skies.
No, because every year they're tested.
95% of shit got through.
It was 95. I thought it was more than 95.
It might be more.
Yeah.
And the stuff that did get through was like the obvious like wires out and big clocks in the middle. Like they were like, let's just go all the way and see if they catch these. And that's the 5% they catch. Never caught a terrorist ever.
The one thing they did catch was a 11-year-old kid from Tehran. They strapped a alarm clock to his chest.
Oh yeah, remember that guy?
Yeah, and he had. Let's go to Chris on line 2. Say hello to Ari Shaffir. Chris.
Hey guys.
What's up, Christopher?
Hey, Ari, man, your storytelling show was incredible, man. I caught so many episodes of that on YouTube.
Oh yeah, they're great on there.
Without a doubt, man. Who was your favorite storyteller? I mean, I thought Joey Coco Diaz, that son of a bitch can tell a story.
How about Kevin Bacon? I thought he was terrific.
Joey Diaz is great. I like him. I like Ali Sadiq and Sean Patton. Those three maybe my favorite three that we keep bringing back. Kreischer. I don't know.
Look at
Joey Diaz is great.
Common behind us.
Oh, very nice. He's watching you. He's
filming me.
He's filming you. I see what you're up to.
Look at the gold. Jesus Christ.
Making a black man sit in silence while you talk.
That is a good point, too. I mean, Kreischer's incredible telling a story, too.
Yeah, that guy. We had him on here, Bert.
Yeah. Oh, Bert's great. Who's your favorite? Joey?
Oh, I thought, Joey and Bert. Bert's great, too. But, Joey could tell a story, man.
Yeah. You got to have him on here? Joey Diaz? You ever
We haven't yet. I haven't even met Joey.
What?
And I went out. Thanks for the call, Chris. I went out to L.A. and did Rogan's podcast, 3-4 times now.
Yeah.
And at the last second, I remember Joey. I said, I wanted to see if I could jump on his.
Here's what you should do next time you go out there. You're going to go on Joey Diaz's podcast.
Yeah.
You can get high as fuck. You're going to take an Uber home back to your hotel. It's going to be great.
Does he get high during a show?
He gets people high.
I can't handle that shit.
Yeah, you're
That's
gonna
been
handle it this
No,
time.
I
You're
can't.
gonna handle it in safe-
Can I
in
do
safe
alcohol? I'm a very good drinker.
You go Bert Kreischer's podcast. That's what you do alcohol.
Okay, well then I'm going to
You
do
and Bert get drunk together.
But Coco Diaz podcast is pretty monster too.
It's humongous. Probably bigger. But you're going to have to get really high.
I have to get high?
You're going to have to.
I'd rather shoot heroin than smoke weed.
If you want to get down, I'll be down with you.
That's why I love as a libertarian. Hey, man, I'm not going to judge you. Put that needle between your toes, man. You'll have no problem with TSA. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to we got Dan on line 1. Dan. He's going to ask you what I was going to ask you.
Danny boy.
Danny.
What's up, Danny?
Hey, Dan. Dan.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You're on with Ari.
Oh, it's Ben in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Dan in Los
what's up,
Angeles.
Ben, yeah. No, so Ari, I
Ben.
was just curious, is
Fucking
the
LA.
Who's this guy?
go fuck yourself. So did the Comedy Central, did they drop you from the show because of the Netflix thing?
Yeah, what's the thing? Let's hear that story. That's a good question, Dan.
I got to talk to you about it off the air. I mean, whatever, man. You do the math. You figure it out.
I don't.
So, yeah. I mean, well, would you say, I don't know, I don't want to, ask too much, but was it, still fiscally, did you financially make out okay having not been on that show but still gotten the Netflix money?
Hey, buddy, it's all about the art with me.
Hey, I've seen you a million times at the store. You're fucking great.
Oh, thanks.
I just think it's bullshit that you're not on that show for whatever reason anymore. Are they still going to cut you a check?
Hey, listen, I definitely appreciate you supporting me. It's really nice of you, man. I definitely appreciate that.
I'm with Dan. He's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well, hold on to your cocks when you negotiate with these other people.
That's Uncle Junior from The Sopranos. That was a quote.
Hold on to your cards, what?
At a baby. All right, Danny, 10 points for you.
One more question for Ari.
Yes,
yeah,
One more thing for Ari. Ari, you're still staying in L.A., right? Now that you're back from your fucking...
No, I live in New York now. I moved away from L.A.
Damn.
Too many actors.
All right, man. Well, shit. Well, come back and see us, man.
I'll be back in the winter. You come see me then.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, then, peace.
All right.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a line from The Sopranos.
What is it?
What did I tell you? Hold on to your cock when you're negotiating with these desert people.
Because they negotiate hard.
Who's negotiating with some Jewish? That's an Uncle Junior quote. Only the funniest show ever. Why? Because it's the way people talk in real life, and not like. Can we disband CNN, Ari? Are you with me? Can we disband
It's all
it?
propaganda now.
You were probably a Bernie guy, weren't you?
I was a Bernie guy.
And
for
they
sure.
fucked him in the ass.
They fucked him.
CNN was involved.
They didn't even give him a chance.
Didn't give him a chance.
They
Not that I
covered
wanted.
him barely, just so we're showing a little bit.
Right.
They did their best to show that the other one was the choice, even though Bernie had tested better against Trump than she did.
Yes, all that stuff.
But they're like, it's all right. She's not going to lose to Trump.
And
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Why isn't she not in jail? That thick ankle dog face. Talk about collusion and fucking.
Dude, I would love if politicians start getting arrested.
That's what I'm saying. There's people always say,
nope, not allowed to go around the system. You're arrested. Why? Because we trust you with the system.
Well, that's why
you're not trusting some garbage man. We trust you with the system. And you going around, doesn't matter whether or not you did anything wrong. You're not allowed to break the rules. You're going to jail.
Well, that's what Trump. There's where he did let me down.
Yeah,
Remember he kept saying
didn't
that.
Follow through on that shit.
He did not with Hillary, and he was gonna, and he should now. They keep pushing this collusion thing. He goes, okay, we're going to reopen an investigation with the thick ankle dog face.
Just arrest her and figure it out later. And then arrest somebody else too.
This guy's like, what dream
Just
am I?
start arresting people.
I'm telling you.
You were in there. You didn't do shit to fix it. Arrested.
But if you do that, then they'll say, see, that's that Russian. He likes that Russian. Arrest now, ask questions later type of shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she's guilty. What is it? If you're abroad, you get a pass in this country?
No, Nick. If you're fully connected to everyone who's the fucking high-up judges and the lawmakers, then, yeah, you get a pass. If you've been to fucking secret dinners with them.
Yeah, Trump's not getting a pass.
Trump went to dinner with them, too. Look at all the old Trump pictures of him and the Clintons all hanging out, buddy.
He's not getting a pass.
He's not getting a pass.
He's got the media against him. He's got half the Republican Party against him, and all the Democrat Party.
He'll get a pass because he didn't come down on anybody else. When he's out, they'll fucking let him.
See, that's a good point. The reason he didn't go after Hillary.
Yeah, he's like, no, we're all in this together.
But what's he done wrong?
I don't know.
You know how clean he has to be that they don't have any legitimate dirt? Do you ever ask yourself that?
Wow.
Do you know how clean he has to be that they don't have any legitimate dirt on him? Seriously.
Well, they're like, trust me, it's real with the Russia thing. I'm like, oh, I believe you. And then it's like, after like 6 months goes, you're like, hey.
We're going on a year now.
It's time to show something.
Even Libs is saying that,
yeah,
though.
What about this foolproof? It's time to show what you're talking about. And they're like, no, it's security. Like, you need to go ahead and show us now.
Jake's got a question. Jake from Nashville. Jake, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
What's
go
up,
ahead.
Jakey boy?
Go ahead,
Jacob.
Hey, I hate to change the subject, but I love you, both you guys. And Nick, I think the show's great.
Thank you, sir.
Serious comedy question. Is there such a thing as a good prop comic?
Yes, Gallagher, too.
I don't know, maybe. They're goofy sometimes. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jake, I'll tell you, and you're not going to know who this guy was.
Who?
He was from Boston.
Yeah, of course, he's from Boston. You Boston guys love the other Boston guys.
You would love this guy.
Really?
You would
Okay.
he was a dark prop comic.
Oh.
He called himself Boy Scientist. Mike Bent, Boy Scientist.
Yeah.
He would come out in a white lab coat.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like that boy science.
Yeah, and he would start with he'd start like soft. He'd go, you know when you wake up, that shit between you pull out of your corner of your eyes with your finger? He goes, I've been saving that up since 5th grade. He'd take this jar of brown that's his opener. And then right in the middle of his act, about 15 minutes in, he'd go, I got this boil on the back of my neck. And he had it hooked up, so he'd squeeze it. And this fucking like mayonnaise would shoot and hit the back wall like 10 feet. Dude, I mean, it was all dark shit. You know, it was all dark.
That's cool.
And then he'd read a children's book. He'd go, and then Fluffy ran into the cornfields, and the tractor blades whirl, took his head off, and then he'd hold the book up like this, like a teacher.
He had it drawn out.
He was legitimately funny because he was dark and sick. So that would be my answer, Jake. All the rest of them, I don't have that much use for.
Yeah, nobody really loves prop comics.
I think they all blow. Yeah.
Who else? All right, Jake.
Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
I think it was Mike Bent, Boy Scientist. But he'd squeeze the back of his neck.
That sounds funny. Some gross shit.
He'd squeeze the back of his neck, and this white stream would hit the wall with such force, the girls would be like, ugh. I mean, that was funny. But I prefer, I'm more of a purist. I like the monologists. And,
Who's that guy who used to have a hat, long hair, and then at some point, like 5 minutes, he'd take his hat off, and all his long hair was attached.
Gallagher.
Bald.
That was Gallagher, wasn't it? That sounds like the original Gallagher. Him and his brother, he sold his act to his brother.
That's crazy.
They went into court. His brother stole it from him or something.
I think his brother filled dates that he was like, I got too many dates, but let's not stop booking. You look enough like me.
Yeah.
And then at some point, he's like, all right, stop. The dates are going down. Let me just have just me now because I don't have 50 weeks.
Was
now.
that what the story?
And the brother's like, no, I still want to do it. He goes, no, you can't because we don't have more than 50 weeks. So you can't do it anymore. And the brother's like, all right, I'll stop. And he just kept doing it.
Let's go to Brian on line 2 in Alabama. Brian, say hello to Ari Shaffir.
What's up, Brian? I don't have a nickname for that.
Hey.
Be right.
Hey, I was going to ask if you guys are ever coming down to Alabama anytime soon.
Stardom, right?
I'm going down there because I'm craving corn on the cob.
I got a rally there next week.
Here we go. I love when Where are you from originally, Ari?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland.
I mean,
That's
my
right.
people? Israel.
Yeah, West Bank.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
West Bank's open from 9 to 5. There's ATMs there. What?
The original Gaza. Before we let them
Alabama, Brian. I've never performed in Alabama. Have you, Ari?
No, but I heard there's a gig there where NASA scientists all live, and they it's like half real smart and half real redneck.
Seriously, where would that be, Brian? Have you heard of that?
I live in Tuscaloosa.
It's definitely not there.
It's right by the college. A lot of college chicks.
Yeah, we're not into that.
I'm very into it.
Ari's into young Asian boys in their late teens.
It's my last dream as a man to fucking adore him one more time. It was
Who's
you.
the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
It was you, Nick.
Thanks.
we got good football down here.
Yeah, you have the best football, Brian. I played there 2 years. I was on special teams.
Brian, are you do you have autism?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, he's from Alabama.
Yeah, what made you say that?
The overall way you talk and
God,
you sound like you're touched.
Yeah, no, born and raised here in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, so you do have autism?
No.
We're busting your balls, Brian. Thank you for calling. I just got the warning, the 3-minute warning.
That we're going out?
Yeah. Boy, this night flew by, didn't it?
Oh, he's the 3-minute warning. I thought he was throwing out gang signs in there.
No. No. Andy?
Not Andy. Yeah, what'd you do in the first hour?
We talked egg salad recipes.
Ooh.
And Andy took a Pilates class today. He's getting to meditation.
Is that true?
And we talked about Lewis. Lewis, where are you from originally?
New Jersey, but I've lived in Georgia and I've lived in Missouri. So
Army brat or no?
No. My mom worked for AT&T in the 90s where they were moving everybody.
Your mom worked in the Philippines?
How'd you get the Philippines?
Oh, because I was doing customer service joke. No, it fell flat. I'll admit it.
Oh my God, that's some racist shit, Ari. Yeah. I didn't know libertarians could be so racist.
We're free to do whatever we want.
See that? Well, I'm gonna have to get high and do Joey Coco Diaz show.
Hell yeah, you are. People are gonna love that.
I can't handle the weed.
And then the next day you recoup and you fucking go get drunk with Bert.
Are you gonna? I was gonna say, do you drink?
Yeah, I drink.
Do you?
I like scotch.
I like scotch too.
Yeah, I drink sometimes.
Andy Fiore likes Bud Light.
1 minute sign.
I'm busting him. Hey, anyways, we got to wrap it up here. Check out Ari's 2-part special on Netflix, Double Negative. Premieres tonight. And part 1's called Childhood. Part 2 is called, what? Adulthood.
Children and Adulthood.
And catch him up in Montreal.
Taking over
at the end of the week.
It's Paolo's job.
He's hosting the Nasty Show. Bobby Slayton used to host it. Let me tell you something about our show.
But he died years ago, so now I get the chance.
He's hosting it, and he's doing a show renamed Storyteller Show, which you guys know from Comedy Central. He's doing that up at Montreal, right? At Just for Laughs. And he's got, of course, his podcast, which is hugely popular. The Skeptic Tank. You can find that at arishaffir.com along with his tour dates and info. Thanks for coming in.
Fuck yeah, Paolo. Thanks for having me, man.
Anytime, brother. You're a unique dude. I really like you. And I love your hate of, authority. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Thank you to all the callers. Ari Shaffir. We'll talk to you kids tomorrow night. Take care.